Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the MundaneMatt Show. Today is the 19th of September, 2018, and there's been a lot going on today. And the first thing I want to talk about, because I'm just going to dive right in, is Red Dead Redemption Online, or I'm sorry, Red Dead Online. Now, this popped up this morning. Rockstar Games announcing what we're going to be getting with Red Dead Online in their online beta, which I first thought to myself, like, hey, holy shit, this game's going to be coming out. We're going to get a beta before the release of the game. And then it dawned on me how GTA Online happened 2 weeks after the release of Grand Theft Auto 5 back in 2013. So obviously they want to give you time to complete the single player campaign before diving into the online beta for Red Dead Online. That just seems super weird to me. But anyway, it says here, today we're excited to announce Red Dead Online, a new online connected experience set against the backdrop of Red Dead Redemption 2's enormous open world. Red Dead Online is an evolution of the classic multiplayer experience in the original Red Dead Redemption, blending narrative with competitive and cooperative gameplay in fun new ways. Using the gameplay of the upcoming Red Dead Redemption 2 as a foundation, Red Dead Online will be ready to be explored alone or with friends, and will also feature constant updates and adjustments to grow and evolve this experience for all players. Red Dead Online is planned for launch in November 2018, initially as a public beta, with more news to come soon. As with most online experiences of this size and scale, there will inevitably be some turbulence at launch. We look forward to working with our amazing and dedicated community to share ideas, help us fix teething problems, and work with us to develop Red Dead Online into something really fun and innovative. Then, of course, you need a copy of Red Dead Redemption 2 on either Xbox or PlayStation 4 in order to be able to get your hands on the online public beta. Now, the whole thing to me is a little bit weird. Okay, like I said, GTA Online obviously went for waited 2 weeks before it came out. It had some problems. They've updated it consistently over the span of 5 years, and the game continuously sells insane amounts of copies every single year across all platforms. People keep buying and getting into GTA Online, and they make a lot of money off of their shark cards. So if we're thinking about it from a microtransaction perspective, whatever the shark card equivalent for Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be, that's going to be what people are going to be looking at here, or at least what Rockstar is going to be looking at. So obviously they're going to want to test the infrastructure. They're going to want to make sure that that everything is good and hunky dory for when they fully have the release. But I don't know why they're calling it a public beta for a game you've had to purchase to get your hands on the beta. To me, that just makes very little sense, and I'm curious if the public beta is tying into a Red Dead Online subscription service. I wouldn't put it past 2K Games to do that. I wouldn't, because they are the publisher, or Take-Two, sorry. I wouldn't put it past Take-Two. I'm wondering right now, with the whole situation involving loot boxes and how those are being battled in like 12 different European countries, if this is Take-Two going to Rockstar and saying you are going to have to charge a monthly fee or a yearly subscription, something like that, in order to give players access to Red Dead Online, because we're going to have to keep out certain things from certain parts of the world, and we need to make up money somehow. It just, to me, it comes across as this is going to be a microtransaction based economy inside of the Red Dead Redemption. I really hope that's not the case. I really hope that I'm just kind of thinking way out there. But given everything going on with loot boxes and how EA is fighting back against them, and Take-Two has issued statements urging gamers to go to their local representatives and be like, we really like loot boxes, which no one in their right mind, I think, would ever actually do. We were in this really weird space. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that. I'm hoping more information it comes out. Well, it will, and I'm hoping it's not bad. I don't want to be pessimistic over something like this. I've waited a very, very, very long time, as have you, for Red Dead Redemption 2, and I want to enjoy it. I want the multiplayer to be fun, and I don't want there to be complications. But this, to me, has a whole bunch of red flags. It really does. And speaking of of red flags. There's an interesting story that kind of kicked off a few in my head today, where we've got Cody Wilson, the owner of the 3D printed gun company, is wanted in connection with an alleged sexual assault of a minor. Yeah, I wish I was making this one up. Now, Cody Wilson, you might have heard the name recently. He's been making the rounds. When I think it was the Liberator was the 3D printed gun that he had won a court won a hearing, won a court case to be able to allow to put that out there. Other people had petitioned to, and successfully, I think, to have it struck down and blocked from being the ability to be publicly released. And of course, this guy is all about 3D printed guns, and that's actually a very interesting marketplace that I don't have any particular issue with. I find it to be fascinating. I'm always kind of pro tech, even though maybe it should be a little bit worrisome in regards to this particular situation. But here's what's going on. An arrest warrant has been issued for the founder of a controversial 3D printed gun company in connection with the alleged sexual assault of a minor. Cody Wilson, 30, who owns Defense Distributed, which sells blueprints for producing plastic firearms. The alleged victim, an unnamed 16-year-old girl from Central Texas, according to Austin police, told a counselor she had sex with Wilson on August 15th, 2018 in an Austin hotel before he paid her $500, according to the arrest warrant affidavit. Austin police say they received a call from the counselor on August 22nd, who reported that his client, a girl under the age of 17, told her she'd had sex with a 30-year-old man a week before. Police said they were present on August 27th when a staff from the Center for Child Protection interviewed the alleged victim. The girl said she'd met the man on SugarDaddyMeat.com and that he had used the screen name Sanjuro, according to police. And then the two exchanged numbers and talked via messages. And then from there, they met up at this hotel. Security camera footage shows them going into the hotel together. According to the alleged victim, they engaged in sexual intercourse. He then produced 5 $100 bills. They then left the hotel together. This, of course, is also caught on security camera footage. And then he dropped her off at a local Whataburger, which, if you've never been to Texas, Whataburger is actually pretty good. There's no joke to be made there. I just didn't really have anything to come back to Whataburger with. So yeah, that's what they're currently looking for him. He's not in the country. He took off. He left. He fled. He went to Taipei, Taiwan, and he was supposed to be coming back home, but he missed his flight. So he's currently on the run. He is currently not in the United States. And according to the article, even one of his friends had basically tipped him off that the girl in question had gone and spoken to authorities. My question is this: why use a website, SugarDaddyMeat.com? Why? I mean, like, I don't get those sites. I mean, you figure they got Backpage. Something like Sugar Daddy Meat would have been something they would have already been able to take down. I mean, they would have known about it. Obviously, it's known about now. This is one of the problems with those types of websites. Human trafficking, sex trafficking becomes a real big problem. And he was able to meet a 16-year-old. The age of consent, I'm assuming in Texas, is 17, based upon what the article kind of insinuated. Interesting factoid about the age of consent. Did you know in 31 of 50 states, it's 16? I personally believe that's low. I think 18, to be honest with you, but that's just my own take on it. But yeah, so he's currently on the run. And who knows when he'll be coming back to the United States. If ever, we could have a full Roman Polanski situation on our hands, but I don't think that the 3D gun printer aficionados out there are going to rally behind this guy and want to give him awards for the work he produces while he's overseas. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens, but this popped up today, and it's going to be interesting to see where this case goes. And speaking of crazy news. This one popped out of Florida, where a grandmother killed a 12-foot alligator, which was believed to have devoured her mini horse. Yeah, when I first read this story, I thought to myself, this would be the perfect vehicle for the mid-90s Betty White. Right. She already was in Lake Placid, the very first Lake Placid movie. There was like 3 of them, I think, that came out overall, but she was in the very first one. And I think it'd be really great to have this story where she's defending her homestead from an alligator who ends up killing her prized miniature horse. So she hunts it down in a last brutal act of revenge. but let's see what the actual story is, not just my speculation for a movie that I think would be fun. Now it says here, oh, sorry, this was in Florida. This was in Texas. The mayor of a Texas city, who happens to be a great grandmother, shot and killed a monster alligator she believes ate her mini horse. News 6 talked to the Livingston Mayor Judy Cochran about the 580-pound beast, saying one shot and he went under, said Cochran, who added that gators are not strangers to her ranch. About 3 years ago, we came up missing a miniature horse. We highly suspect a gator got it. A trapper hooked the gator and Cochran finished the job, saying the head is going in my office, who's had quite the year. She's like, I became mayor in May, became a great grandmother on Friday, and killed a gator on Monday. And this, of course, is the 580-pound, 12-foot alligator that she executed in one damn shot. That's right, one damn shot. She took that thing out. And I don't know about you, but that's actually pretty cool. Like I said, you take the core story. Miniature horse gets eaten. Miniature horse gets taken out. Okay, years later, she's still hell-bent on revenge. She tracks down the, I don't know, we call it a one-eyed gator, some kind of distinguishing mark on the gator, and then she tracks it down and takes it out with a single shot. You kind of got to omit the whole trapper captured it, trapper, strung it up, and then she delivered the final blow, because it's not as cool. But at the same time, yeah, I think that'd be very interesting movie. And speaking of an interesting film that I hope, I don't know if it'll ever be made into anything. Apparently, Batman's penis is going to be a thing here in this DC mature comic line. Batman goes totally nude. This has been popping up today. Everyone's been talking about Batman's junk hanging out in the Batcave, and exactly what brought it there. What took it to the point of where DC finally went, what we haven't done yet? We haven't shown Batman's wang. I mean, remember a couple years ago when Batman got rebooted? I think it was a Rebirth run, and him and Catwoman had sex on a rooftop, and everyone was like, ooh, we need to go a step further. We need to show his junk. Yeah, his half-erect junk. Now, I'm not going to show you the junk here because I don't want to get my channel taken down, but you'll get an idea for what the scene is all about. Now, it says Batman's newest comic has proven how mature it's going to be in just the first issue, with full frontal Bruce Wayne nudity. It's an incredible start to Batman Damned's dark supernatural story, but make no mistake, it's Batman's fully exposed sidekick that's going to have more than just the comics industry talking. The buzz has been building ever since DC Comics announced DC Black Label, an initiative to unite the best writers and artists without limits, boundaries, or censorship. And with Batman Damned, DC has definitely delivered. The story is only just the beginning, but no matter how good it gets, it's already immortalized as a comic that revealed Batman's penis. And I don't know about you, but it's something I necessarily have felt in my life that needed to be in a comic. But anyway, you can kind of see here, again, I'm not showing you any further down than this specific imaging here, but you can see Batman is tore up. He takes off the Batsuit. He ends up walking away from the Batmobile, and he's all tore up. He's definitely all sorts of messed up, and the reason why is because he's not really himself in this particular story. He's hearing voices. The Joker's dead. He doesn't know if he did it. He's trying to understand what's going on. In fact, this is the official synopsis of the story. It says, the Joker's dead. There's no doubt about that. But whether Batman finally snapped his scrawny neck or some other sinister force in Gotham City did the deed is still a mystery. The problem is Batman can't remember. And the more he digs into this labyrinthian case, the more his mind starts to doubt everything he's uncovering. So who better than to set him straight than John Constantine? The problem with that is, as much as John loves a good mystery, he loves messing with people's heads even more. So with John's help, the pair will delve into the sordid underbelly of Gotham as they race towards the mind-blowing truth of who murdered the Joker. Batman Damned is a bi-monthly supernatural horror story told by two comics' greatest modern creators, a visceral thrill ride that proudly puts the black in the Black Label. Sure. You know what? You want to show Batman's junk. I don't think a lot of people out there are going to care. I mean, if you've seen pornography, you've seen penis. Looking at Batman's penis is not going to be the end of the world for many people. there might be some that are just like, no, my Batman is pure. My Batman is clean. My Batman doesn't ever show half a wrecked junk in a Batcave. I don't know. I mean, the storyline sounds interesting. To me, it comes across as like when they said, when DC says, go uncensored, go do what you want. And they're like, let's show Batman naked with a half chub in the cool Batcave, showing that he's definitely, not going to be a grower and not a shower. We're going to make sure everyone knows that he is good. And well, I don't know. I don't want to sit there and really spend a lot of time dissecting the length, girth, and width of Batman's penis, but I'm sure people out there are going to have some very, very invigorated discussions on the topic. Now, that's where I'm actually going to wrap up today's episode. If you guys haven't already, please thumbs it up. Please consider supporting via Patreon, and please consider leaving a comment below. In fact, if you guys made it this far and you want to let me know, type junk in the chat, so I know you guys suffered with me on this particular story here, and definitely talk about everything else. And if you want to ever submit any stories or talk to me directly, one of the best ways to come in is through the Discord. Links for that will be in the video description. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the Mundane Matt Show. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.